So, hi everyone. Today's the last class for the Dinosaur Honor. And today we have Shruti also presenting with us. And we'll be starting off with the food chain, which is question number 4. And Shruti will explain about it. Shruti, over to you.
Yeah, Nikki, can you please put the PDF? Yeah, okay. So what is a food chain? The first thing we are going to see is what is a
food chain is all the foods.
Yes, it is how it's exactly what the name is. It is how all the foods are connected. So what eats what? Like something is another thing's food. So it is the natural interconnection of food and a graphical representation of what eats what in an ecological community.
You can say it's like a...
Yeah, Nikki, go on.
I mean, you can say it has like a cycle. Everything
yes,
that...
exactly. This life cycle.
Yeah, like that.
Okay, can you please put the next slide? Yes, so this is a food web. See, like how plants are consumed by insects. Now, those insects are consumed by rats. Now, a rat is consumed by snakes, which are consumed by eagles. And eagles, after they die, the whole thing, it just starts a cycle. So that's why it's called a food chain. Next slide. Okay, to understand this, we have to understand what are producers, primary consumers, and secondary consumers. Now, producers are plants. Plants use light to make their own food. They use light and they make their own food. So they are producers. Now, primary consumers are herbivores. Herbivores are living organisms that eat plants, that they consume plants. Plants are their source of energy. And carnivores are animals or living organisms that eat herbivores or other other animals to survive. They are meat-eating animals. Now here are some common plants that herbivores, dinosaurs ate. Now, as our topic is dinosaurs, we're going to relate how a food chain is related to dinosaurs. So these are what herbivores, dinosaurs ate. Ferns and conifer and all these plants were eaten by dinosaurs. Now, these are some herbivorous dinosaurs. Some of them are the Brontosaurus, the Brachiosaurus, and many more dinosaurs that are here in this list. There's a lot of them. And here we have the carnivore dinosaurs. And in this, the most famous dinosaur is there, which is the T-Rex. And these are the dinosaurs that they ate other dinosaurs also to live. Like these dinosaurs didn't eat only animals they found around, like a deer or anything. Those days, they ate other dinosaurs as well, especially the ones that the herbivores, they were a food source for the carnivores dinosaurs.
Okay, so now yesterday we talked about evolution. Now I'll be sharing a video about it, what the Bible says about dinosaurs. Let's watch it.
Question: what does the Bible say about dinosaurs? Are there dinosaurs?
Can you guys hear this?
Can you?
Yes.
Question: what does the Bible say about dinosaurs? Are there dinosaurs in the Bible? In this video, we'll see what the Bible has to say, and afterwards, I'll point you some helpful resources, so stick around to the end. The topic of dinosaurs in the Bible is part of a larger ongoing debate within the Christian community over the age of the earth, the proper interpretation of Genesis, and how to interpret the physical evidences we find all around us. Those who believe in an older age for the earth tend to agree that the Bible does not mention dinosaurs because, according to their paradigm, dinosaurs died out millions of years before the first man ever walked the earth. The men who wrote the Bible could not have seen living dinosaurs. Those who believe in a younger age for the earth tend to agree that the Bible does mention dinosaurs, although it never actually uses the word dinosaur. Instead, it uses the Hebrew word ta'in, which is translated a few different ways in our English Bibles. Sometimes it's sea monster, and sometimes it's serpent. It's most commonly translated dragon. The ta'in appear to have been some sort of giant reptile. These creatures are mentioned nearly 30 times in the Old Testament and were found both on land and in water. In addition to mentioning these giant reptiles, the Bible describes a couple of creatures in such a way that scholars believe that the writers may have been describing dinosaurs. The behemoth is said to be the mightiest of all of God's creatures, a giant whose tail is likened to a cedar tree. Some scholars have tried to identify the behemoth as either an elephant or a hippopotamus. Others point out that elephants and hippopotamuses have very thin tails, nothing comparable to a cedar tree. Dinosaurs like the Brachiosaurus and the Diplodocus, on the other hand, had huge tails, which could easily be compared to a cedar tree. Nearly every ancient civilization has some sort of art depicting giant reptilian creatures. Petroglyphs, artifacts, and even little clay figurines found in North America resemble modern depictions of dinosaurs. Rock carvings in South America depict men riding Diplodocus-like creatures and, amazingly, bear the familiar images of Triceratops-like, pterodactyl-like, and Tyrannosaurus rex-like creatures. Roman mosaics, Mayan pottery, Babylonian city walls all testify to man's transcultural, geographically unbounded fascination with these creatures. Somber accounts like those of Marco Polo's Emilioni mingled with fantastic tales of treasure-hoarding beast. In addition to the substantial amount of anthropic and historical evidences for the coexistence of dinosaurs and man, there are physical evidences, like the fossilized footprints of humans and dinosaurs found together in North America and West Central Asia. So, are there dinosaurs in the Bible? The matter is far from settled. It depends on how you interpret the available evidences and how you view the world around you. If the Bible is interpreted literally, a young earth interpretation will result, and the idea that dinosaurs and man coexisted can be accepted. If dinosaurs and human beings coexisted, what happened to the dinosaurs? While the Bible does not discuss the issue, dinosaurs likely died out sometime after the flood due to a combination of dramatic environmental shifts and the fact that they were relentlessly hunted to extinction by man. Hungry for more? Subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Visit gotquestions.org.
So that was about the creation and the disappearance of dinosaur according to the creation theory by the Bible. So now I'm going to give over the talk again to Shruti, who is going to tell us more about the 10 types of dinosaur which you have to do for the requirements. Shruti, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Nikki. Okay, so now I'm just going to briefly talk about the different types of dinosaurs. Now, the first dinosaur is a T-Rex. I think the T-Rex is the most famous dinosaur. I think whenever we say dinosaur, the T-Rex only comes to mind. The T-Rex was discovered on August 1990 by fossil hunter Susan Henderson. She discovered 3 huge bones jutting off of a cliff near Faith of South Dakota. They turned out to be the largest T-Rex skeleton ever discovered. It was a 650 million year old specimen. So the specimen and the fossil they found was 650 million years old when they found it. The next is a Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus, one of the many dinosaurs first collected and described, was originally named by Othniel Charles Marsh in 1877 from remains recovered north of Morrison, Colorado. Marsh initially believed the remains were from an aquatic turtle-like animal, and the basis for its scientific name, roofed lizard, was due to his early belief that the plates lay flat over the animal's back, overlapping like the tiles on a roof. A wealth of Stegosaurus material was recovered over the next few years, and Marsh published several papers on the genus from 1877 to 1897. Some of these dinosaurs were found very late comparatively in time, while others were found really, really early. Now, the next is the Brontosaurus. In 1879, Othniel Charles Marsh, a professor of paleontology at Yale University, announced the discovery of a large and fairly complete sauropod skeleton. So the Brontosaurus also has a little link to Charles Marsh. I think this was mentioned before. Yeah, Charles Marsh was a paleontologist at Yale University. He was very well known. Now the next is Velociraptor. Now, after watching Jurassic Park, I think all of us know what a Velociraptor is. During an American Museum of Natural History expedition to the outer Mongolian Gobi Desert, on 11 August 1923, Peter Kaysen recovered the first Velociraptor fossil known to science. It was crushed, but it was a complete skull. In 1924, museum president Henry Fairfield Osborn designated the skull and claw, which he assumed to come from the hand, as the type of specimen of his new genus, Velociraptor. The next one is Triceratops. Triceratops is an extinct genus of herbivorous ceratopsid dinosaur that first appeared during the late Maastrichtian stage of the late Cretaceous period. Sorry for my very bad pronunciation. About 68 million years ago in what is now North America, Triceratops has been documented by numerous remains collected since the genus was first discovered in 1889 by American paleontologist Othniel Charles Marsh. Specimens representing life stages from hatchling to adult have been found. So for the Triceratops, they have found this dinosaur in different ages, like when it was a hatchling or when it is an adult, and there has been a lot about this Triceratops. The Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus, meaning spine lizard, is a genus of spinosaurid dinosaur that lived in what now is North Africa. It roamed the earth around about 99 to 93.5 million years ago. This genus was known first from Egyptian remains discovered in 1912 and described by German paleontologist Ernest Stromer in 1915. The original remains were destroyed in World War II, but additional material has come to light in the early 21st century. The next dinosaur is the Brachiosaurus. The Brachiosaurus is a genus of sauropod dinosaur that lived in North America during the late Jurassic, about 154 to 153 million years ago. It was first described by American paleontologist Elmer S. Riggs in 1903 from fossils found. It is estimated to have been about 18 and 21 meters long, and the weight estimate ranged from 28.3 to 58 metric tons. It has a long neck, a small skull, and a large overall size. The next dinosaur is the Megalosaurus. The Megalosaurus is an extinct genus of large meat-eating theropod dinosaurs. So from this, we know that it is a carnivore. All the fossils from other areas have been assigned to the genus. The only certain remains of this dinosaur come from Oxfordshire and date to the late Middle Jurassic. The first naturalists who investigated Megalosaurus mistook it for a gigantic lizard of 20 meters length. But in 1842, Owen concluded that it was no longer than 9 meters, standing on upright legs. The next dinosaur is Allosaurus. The Allosaurus is a genus of large carnosaurian theropod dinosaur that lived 155 to 145 million years ago. This name Allosaurus means different lizard. It was given to it because of its unique concave vertebrae. It was about 38 feet long and 16.5 feet tall. It had a 3-foot long skull with 2 short brow horns and bony knobs and ridges above its eyes and on top of the head, owing to its unique concave vertebrae. And the last dinosaur for today is Carnotaurus. I did not know a dinosaur like this existed till I actually researched about dinosaurs. It is a genus of theropod dinosaur that lived in South America during the late Cretaceous period, probably sometimes between 72 and 69.9 million years ago. It was a lightly built bipedal predator, measuring 7.5 to 9 meters in length and weighing at least 1.35 metric tons. As a theropod, it was highly specialized and distinctive. So that is all I have on dinosaurs for today.
Thank you, Shruti. Okay, so we are done with all the discussion and everything. Now I'll go on to the assignments and tell you what to do, what I have posted in the Google Classroom. Okay. So, question number 1 to 3. I have added the reference worksheet in which you can see right now. I have added question number 1, 2, and 3 in the requirement, and I've given there's subdivisions for the third questions. I've also given that. Please go through it. And there's nothing to be done in the question 1 to 3. Now, question number 4 is what Shruti talked about today, and it is about a food chain. You have to draw a flow chart or just write the names of the dinosaur. You do not need to draw each picture of a dinosaur, but you can just make it simple as this. Just give me a minute. As you can see here in this picture, you can see that I have given sun, plants, insect, and lizards. You have to state where the secondary and the primary dinosaurs come and where the tertiary dinosaurs come. The tertiary and the most important is the T-Rex. So this over here will be the T-Rex. Please make a flowchart like this in either PDF format, Word format, or any other format. Even an A4 size paper is fine. Question number 5 to 6. You do not need to do anything in question number 5 to 6. You just need to understand what I've told you in the last class, which is creationism and evolutionism, and what the Bible tells. Today also I've shown a video about it. For question number 7. For question number 7, I think individually you have to do this because as a group, most of us are not present right now. So either you have to write an essay of at least 150 words or make a poster or make a short video. It's up to you. You can choose one of it and complete it. If you're going to choose a poster, you can relate it with question number 4 and make some decorations with the food chain. If you're going to do a essay or a short video, please let me know in the Google Classroom. Now, question number 8. I will attach what Shruti told about the dinosaurs today along with this question, and you have to make 10 images. For this, I have added a worksheet. Please take note of this. So today Shruti has talked about 10 dinosaurs. I want the name, the place, the year of the discovery, and any one feature of the dinosaur along with their pictures attached in any of the files. You can take any dinosaur or the dinosaurs mentioned by Shruti today. So, and the last is the honor completion. To complete this honor, you will have to do a Google Forms. There was some misconvenience or some misunderstanding and something happened. I'm sorry, but please understand this Google form should only be done after completing all the other requirements. So that's it for today's class. Thank you, everyone.